WatchOS 11, Developer Beta 4, and Public Beta 2 are now available to download and install on your Apple Watch. I'll be honest, there's not too much new in this build, but there are a couple things that I haven't mentioned before. And then we're also going to go through some posts on Reddit to see what kind of problems people are having, to see if they're legit issues or if they're just kind of some user error problems. First off, let's talk about what's new. And as you can see right here, this is the modular Ultra watch face on the Ultra. This is only available for the Ultra and Ultra 1. But something I haven't mentioned that I just discovered is that the bezel complication, you can actually have the training load as the bezel. So if I go in here and I go to edit, you actually have different options for the bezels. If you didn't know this already, you have the seconds hand, you can do none. You can do depth for if you're somebody that likes to dive a lot. Elevation is the one that I've normally kept it at. But now we have a training option, which this incorporates the training load and the Vitals app all on your watch face as the bezel. So this kind of got an updated look apparently. I'm not sure what it looked like before because honestly, I just did not know it was there. It is kind of cool the way it works. I am well below my training load, but I'm hoping to fix that this week. Another thing that I haven't mentioned that I just didn't discover until the last video is that we now have in Control Center, we have ability to change the sound directly from the watch in the Control Center. So you can turn up the volume, turn down the volume, and this will control like your ringtone and everything like that. This is a lot better of an option than having to go into the settings app and then scrolling until you see the sounds and haptic and editing the sound right here. So I really like that they gave us that option. It might not be something that you access a lot, but it's still very nice that we have that right there in the Control Center now. Now let's get into the comments. Sonic and Tells posted that the WatchOS 11 Beta 4 music complication is completely missing and not selectable. So let's go into edit mode right here, go into the complications. Let's just replace the NBA one and let's see. So I have music as an option right here and I have music as an option right there. So in that case, in the small complication, it is available. Let's try it in the larger. So go back, go to music. And there's a music complication right here. And let's go ahead and close that out and make sure that I can tap it and everything works. So now, so far, it has not updated right there, but if I click, it does open the now playing. Everything seems to work. Right here, it is selectable, but it is not updating. So maybe that's what they're kind of having an issue with. Let me go ahead and kind of swipe watch faces just to get away from that one and come back. And yeah, for whatever reason on that large complication, it is not showing. There it goes. So it is still there. It took a little while to load, but for me, I am not having an issue with that complication. We can kind of go into, let's see if I have one more watch face. I can edit real quick and go right here, go out, scroll to music. And that one works as well. So I feel like whatever Sonic and Tails is doing, they're just not finding, or maybe they just didn't communicate the wrong thing, because the music complication is working fine. I know on the phone and Control Center and stuff like that, that one is not showing up. They did remove that one. But on the watch, it's still there and it's still fully functional. Now, here's another comment from, this one's from Rich Mothy. I have no clue how that name's supposed to be. But it says, I just updated to the latest beta and I noticed that my tricolor photo color has gone. And when I've tried adding it again on the watch, there's just not an option to add a photo watch face anyone else seeing this. So if I come in here and I go, like I have photo watch faces on here, you can see them right there. I can come in, let's see, you can do from the new watch face. I'll just scroll down just real quick and add it from there to make sure everything is fine. Photos is right there. So now they did update the Photos watch face. Now it has like just one photo watch face that does multiple things. But if I try to click see your favorite photos on your watch, photo watch face. Now it doesn't seem like I can add the photo watch face. So you can see right here, the add button is gone. Like I am not able to add it directly from the watch. So we will try to add it from the phone and see if that works. So as you notice, I cannot add a new photo watch face from the watch right here. But one of the other people did comment that there was another issue with the photo watch face, and D1 with DForce commented, can anyone properly set a photo watch face from the phone with multiple photos and have it sync with the watch? Whenever I set a watch face, either it does not sync at all from the phone or it only uses one photo. So let's go ahead and kind of just move this aside, and I'm going to grab my phone. We're going to go into the watch, and let's see. It's been a while since I've added a watch face. Face gallery, scroll down to the photos. Okay, so now his problem was with multiple photos. So we're going to go in here. We're going to say, I want to choose the photos. I'm just going to quickly choose a couple photos because that's what his issue was. So I've added a couple photos. We got 2 photos. Now I'm just going to click add. Now it should send to the watch. So we're going to bring the watch back out. So I believe this is the watch face that I added. If I tap, it does not appear to be switching watch faces. That does seem to be a legitimate bug. It doesn't look like we can add multiple photos to a watch face anymore. Now, if you already have one, you should be fine. So I believe this one is a multiple. So that one's working fine. That's also might be one that's smart selected. We'll check that in just a minute. But I also have one right here. This one is working fine as well. That one was added way before this update. And if you like some of these watch faces, I'll post a link down below to where you can get a few of them. Obviously not the family ones, but if you like that Mandalorian Grogu one, there is a link down below. So let's try one more time. And let's do like a people shuffle. And let's let Apple kind of pick everything. So right here, here's the people shuffle that was just created. And it doesn't look to be giving me the option to switch between pictures either. So there is definitely a bug there. D1 with DForce is right on that one. So hopefully that is a bug that Apple gets fixed in the next betas. Another issue with the photo watch face, this seems to be, obviously this is a new watch face that Apple is working on changing it, but apparently if you go and add a complication, let's see right here, the messages is not an option. And this was commented by a guide 94. So let's go ahead and scroll down and see. So yes, I don't see messages as an option. You can see medication and music recognition. And it doesn't look like on this one, the music is an option either. So maybe that was the complication they were using. They were using one on the photo watch face or one of those full bottom complications, but the music is not showing up. So I apologize to Sonic and Tails. It looks like you are correct. That at least in this location, the music complication is also not showing up. So a couple little bugs right there that have been proven. All right, let's go ahead and get away from the photo watch face because there's definitely some bugs in that, and go back to this one. The next comment is from Supa Hollywood, and he or she said, it seems to have removed the now playing complication again. So let's go ahead and go back into complications. Obviously the music kind of launched the now playing for me, but there was always a different now playing complication. And as you can see, that does seem to be gone. I think they're relying on you just using the music complication to get into music. Oh, right there. So for the large complication, it is still there. For the small, it seems to be removed. So there's probably some other complications where it's not there anymore. But it looks like for this one, so it appears that they're basically just making it the music complication, which is probably why they have removed it. User Chilindrino, that's the best I got with that name. Auto brightness not working on beta 4. Now the watch with auto brightness is always kind of weird, like you don't really have much of a settings there. I can try turning off some lights and see what that does, see if the brightness changes at all. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up on camera, but I really haven't seen much of an issue myself with that. So let's go ahead, turn off a couple lights and see what happens. Now, I personally can't tell if the brightness has really changed much. Maybe you can. But like I said, auto brightness on the watch is always a little weird. Like I've never really had much of an issue with it. So it seems fine to me. I feel like it does get brighter in direct sunlight, but we can go in here and go into display and brightness. I just have it set to the second one, and always on is on. So I don't maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Yeah, the auto brightness one is just kind of hard to test. I've not really noticed it being like too bright or not bright enough in different locations, so I'm personally not having an issue with that. Now, as far as battery life and performance goes, everything seems to be about normal. So let's go ahead and take a look real quick in here. Go to battery. I'm currently at 68%. Last charge to 100 was over 12 hours ago, about 13 hours ago. So it's definitely not as good as what it was before, the betas, but it's still doing all right. Let's see what the battery health is at. I'm at 89%. Oh, that hurts. I had finally dropped under 90 on my Ultra 1. So I don't like seeing that. Like I like to be in the 90s. But there you have it. It is dropping. Betas will always seem to make your battery health drop faster. That is something that you got to be warned on. Also, once again, if you do install the beta on your watch, there is no going back unless you send it directly into Apple themselves and have them revert it back to the previous WatchOS. So always kind of remember that. Be cautious with betas, especially on the watch, because you really just get stuck. And once you upgrade the watch, you can't downgrade the phone because the watch cannot pair with a phone with an older OS on it. Keep all that in mind. So far, the beta's been pretty decent. It's been a lot smoother. I feel like the same goes for the phone. Like everything seems to work. Launching apps seem to work pretty smoothly. Everything scrolls nicely. I've not really had any major issues with anything on the watch. It's been pretty great, other than battery life. And battery life is one of those things that one person could say they have excellent battery life, but that does not promise, especially during a beta, that does not promise that you will see those same results. If you want to see everything else new in WatchOS 11, I have a video right here that you can click. And if you want to see what the process is to downgrade your watch, you can click right here. I hope you have a great one, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.